Hi, my name is Michelle. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I've been on a little bit of a mission to find balance in my life, and one of the biggest game changers over the last 12 months has been switching to non-alcoholic alternatives. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through my journey to this point, 5 reasons why I switched to non-alcoholic alternatives and the amazing impact it's had on my life. So I started drinking light alcoholic drinks, alcopops and things around 15, and then maybe started going to bars and pubs and things when we were 16. Probably only drinking like once or twice a week with friends, but it ramped up a little bit more as we went to uni. Drinking was always really social for me. I was never at home on my own, but it wasn't very healthy either. So I'd binge drink multiple times a week, sometimes with really mixed results. Sometimes I would dance until my feet hurt, grab a kebab on the way home, slept it off the following day and felt okay. Other times, not so much. So I'm actually really petite, I'm quite small, and I'd really try to keep up with my peers. Even into my 30s, there are kind of many times where I'd be throwing up. Halfway through the night, I'd have to go home, or I'd even kind of be passing out in the toilets. Lost phones, lost purses, lost dignity, waking up not knowing how I got home. There were definitely times when I was putting myself into dangerous situations. It wasn't really great. It wasn't great at all. So I never craved alcohol. I never had a problem having a night off. For me, it was much more of a social thing. It was about the connection with my friends and family. It was about the confidence to hit the dance floor, to go and maybe talk to some boys. And it was honestly one of the biggest things of drinking for me. It was to give me that shot of energy to keep going late into the night. The thing that kept me drinking was social peer pressure. And even if I didn't feel like drinking, I could always be persuaded, mainly because I just didn't want to miss out. So over the last 5 years, between 3 pregnancies, 2 children, my drinking has steadily decreased. But the core catalyst for this change was around a year ago. I signed up for the Singapore Marathon. I'd always wanted to run a marathon. I was so excited that I decided to stop drinking whilst I trained. I think this time, with a supportive husband, really supportive friends, I just completely knocked it on the head. Now, we still had lots of parties, lots of fun things planned that revolved around alcohol. So this is where I started to experiment a little bit with non-alcoholic alternatives, and my mind has been absolutely blown, and it's just had such a fantastic impact on my life. Okay, so 5 main reasons why I switched to non-alcoholic alternatives. Reason number 1, hangovers. The less I drank, the worse my hangovers became. They were brutal, and even after like 2 glasses of wine, I felt absolutely awful the next day. Physically sick, my guts were hurting, just felt so rough. It really started to just not become worth it. Number 2, stress and anxiety, or the hangxiety, as a lot of people will say. Having a really stressful job, after a few drinks, I just wasn't able to cope with the stress and the demands of the job. I would feel very emotional, very exhausted, very tired. I would be worrying about things, over-analysing things. It really wasn't good for my mental health. Number 3, training. So I love running, high intensity strength training, yoga, cycling, walking. Basically anything that gets me outdoors, gets my body moving, I'm a complete fan of. But drinking made my hobbies less fun. It sucked all the energy out of me, and it completely hindered progress. Enough said, right? The first 3 points combined meant that I wasn't reaching my full potential in areas of my life that meant the most to me. So with my family, if I was too hungover to spend the day with them, work, I was just feeling too anxious and not coping very well with the stress to do my job properly. And then health, like I wasn't able to train or do the things that I love because I was just generally just feeling too, ugh. Okay, so the fourth reason why I switched to non-alcoholic alternatives is honestly to feel included. Going to an event or a party and having a non-alcoholic wine or beer or cocktail in your hand, you immediately feel a lot more included. People don't often know that you're drinking a non-alcoholic version, so it doesn't open you up to questions or grief as to why you're not drinking. It also acts as a placebo. It helps you relax, help you feel a little bit more comfortable, and yeah, it's great. And anyone who's considering or just doesn't want to drink for an evening, just trying it, because you'll be surprised about how great it actually makes you feel. And reason number 5 is taste. So I don't drink fizzy drinks and very rarely drink juices. But when I do go out, I don't want to drink water. I would really like to drink something that's sophisticated, that's got a depth of flavour and that's complex. And this is where these non-alcoholic alternatives come in. They're that little bit more interesting, and they're not always loaded with sugar, which is great. So there you have it, 5 reasons why I switched to non-alcoholic alternatives. And honestly, the impact has been amazing. I'm no longer dealing with hangovers. The stress and anxiety has been heavily reduced at work. I ran a marathon in December. I'm the fittest and strongest that I've ever been. When I go out or when I see my friends, I still feel included, and I'm drinking things that are sophisticated and I've got a real depth of flavour. So I also just wanted to say I'm not demonising alcohol on here. Some of the best times of my life I've had with a drink in my hand. It's just as my life has progressed, it's not something that serves me anymore. So I believe non-alcoholic alternatives aren't just for people who are cutting out alcohol permanently, but can be for anyone. So whether you're training for something, or you want to be on your A game at work, or you just don't feel like having a drink tonight, that's also okay. I really hope this video has given you some inspiration, maybe to give a non-alcoholic alternative a go. So don't know where to start, check out my YouTube shorts, there's lots of drink inspiration on there, and thanks for watching, I'll see you soon, bye.